Hello and welcome to Writing Toolkit 1, Make a Plan. You are in the first video, Understand the Assignment. In this video, I'm going to share some advice with you. Take 15 minutes to review the rubric, read the directions, and use an essay checklist every time you get a writing assignment. As soon as you get the assignment, run through these steps, and that will help you understand it. To sort of see how this works, we're going to follow Susie. Unfortunately, on her last writing assignment, she kind of made a little mistake, so we're going to see what she did and how maybe she could have done things differently to make it better. This is Susie. She's stuck here at midnight on the night before her essay is due, trying to finish her writing assignment. Unfortunately, she doesn't really even understand what she's supposed to do. She doesn't understand the directions. And now it's too late to ask her instructor. It's too late to try to figure it out. She's just got to bang something out before it's due. So this isn't really fair. We should give her a second chance. Let's go back in time and kind of run through what she did to get herself in this position and maybe see how she could do things differently. So let's look back in time. She had to work. She's busy. And then on the weekend, she had things to do, places to go, and people to see. Mwah, mwah, mwah. So where did she go wrong? It was during class when her instructor gave some good advice. Let's go back and see what he said. Take 15 minutes to read the assignment after class. Okay, even busy people like Susie can find 15 minutes. And when you get that assignment right away, when you understand it, it'll be on your mind when you're at work, at the beach, or with that special someone. You're getting ideas and thinking of questions that you might want to ask your instructor before it's too late. So, how can you understand an assignment? Susie's instructor had said, you'll find all the information on the course page. Other instructors might give the information on paper, and some people will put it on the course page. So, Susie knew that she could find the rubric, the directions, and an essay checklist on her course page. So that's where she went. She signed in. And right there she sees Writing Assignment 1 and below it the essay rubric. The essay rubric is like a little chart that a lot of instructors use to tell you how they are going to score your writing assignments. And it might be the same for every writing assignment for the semester, or they might do a slightly different one for every assignment. In Susie's case, her instructor has one rubric that he uses for all assignments. Let's check it out. This is kind of what a rubric will look like. You'll have categories here like organization, content development, sentence structure, and different instructors have different ones, but these are kind of the standard ones. And then along the top, usually, you'll have the score. So the best score is a 5 in this case. That's excellent. And it goes all the way down to 0 if this area is missing completely. And most instructors in these little boxes will have descriptions of how you can earn that score in every area. So you'll know exactly what you have to do to get an excellent score in each area, but you also know what might earn you a lower score. And that will all be added up to be your final grade for that writing assignment. So now Susie understands exactly what she needs to meet in order to get a high grade on the essay. So now she's going to go and read the specific instructions for this assignment. Right there we have the directions. Pretty straightforward, but she sees there's a link there to an essay checklist. This essay checklist has 7 questions that can be answered in order to understand the assignment. A lot of instructors will post something like this. So if your instructor does do this, make sure you use it. If not, this is kind of a standard one that you can use for any writing assignment for any class. How you would use this is you would take the essay checklist and answer all 7 questions for any particular writing assignment. So let's help Susie out and go through this essay checklist for her writing assignment. Number 1, what is the purpose? To inform, entertain, or persuade. In this case, we have a keyword over here in the directions that says, use your essay to motivate readers. That's a keyword that tells me the answer to this one is persuade. Number 2, who is the audience? Here I want to think about who specifically could benefit from this information and who would be interested. In this case, it would be people who live in hurricane-prone areas. Someone who lives in a place where there are no hurricanes won't care about the effects of hurricanes as much as someone who does live there. Number 3, what type of main points should the essay have? Again, I can look for a keyword. This says right here, write a 5-paragraph essay about some of the effects of hurricanes. That's going to be actually my main points there. So the main point should be effects. Number 4, how many paragraphs should it have? That's pretty easy. It says it right here. 5-paragraph essay. Of course, you have to realize a lot of instructors want 1 paragraph at the beginning to be an introduction and 1 paragraph at the end to be a conclusion. So that's 2 paragraphs right there. So that leaves you 3 paragraphs in the middle for the body. Okay, number 5, can it be in first person? First person is when you use I or me or we. And a lot of instructors say that they don't want their essays written in first person. But sometimes in the directions, it might ask you, what is an experience you had with a hurricane? In that case, probably you will use first person to talk about yourself. But let's look at this writing assignment. Does it say anything about what you think or what you have done or what you have experienced? It doesn't. It just talks about the effects of hurricanes. So I'm thinking probably in this case, it's not going to be right to use first person. Instead, Susie should probably use third person, which means she'll talk about people do this, or hurricanes often cause these things. She'll speak of other third person subjects instead of herself. Number 6, do I need to do research? Maybe. If we look back at the directions, it just says write it about some of the effects, and maybe I know those from my own head. Maybe Susie does. But what if she doesn't? What if she needs to go online and maybe read a book or maybe ask someone who's been through a couple of hurricanes? Maybe she's not from Florida and she doesn't know that much about hurricanes. So this would be a good time to go ask the instructor, can I do research? Do I have to do research? And if I do it, do I need to tell you somewhere in my essay where I got my information? That would be a good question for the instructor. And then number 7, how will it be graded? Well, we already know the answer to this one for Susie because her instructor posted the rubric. So she just has to go back and see that to know exactly how it's going to be graded. Okay. So in conclusion, to wrap up, you want to take 15 minutes to review the rubric, if your instructor has posted one, the assignment directions, and the essay checklist. This is the end of Lesson 1. In the Resources folder, you'll find a sample rubric, sample writing prompts, and a printable essay checklist with those 7 questions that you can use. Now you can do the practice and then go on to the next video. Talk to you soon.